Good evening, guys. It is Monday again, and finally gonna get back to doing legs. It feels like a year I haven't done legs. I'm heading to the gym right now, and I'm feeling that. I didn't stretch at all, so I'm gonna get when I get there. I'm gonna stretch. Um, but I noticed that I've been talking a little bit more about how I've grown up and life perspective now, and I was thinking about like what should I talk about today? Like what can I talk about today? And I know one of the things that I grew up with was a brother and sister, a mom who had to work a lot to take care of us, so we really didn't see her. But I, right now, I adore my brother and sister. They're the best. My brother is a year older than me, and he has Down syndrome. Um, I love him. I mean, come on. When I talk about people who have Down syndrome, they really are having the time of the world, the time of their life every single day, doing whatever they want, listening to whatever they want, and they don't care. They ain't got nothing to worry about. And my brother, at the moment, it does hurt to see that he has some medical problems that I wish I could do more for, but because he's not with me all the time, I'm not able to. But I know that me and my sister is about 4 years younger than me, 4.5 years younger than me, and all of us growing up, we weren't super close, but we knew our roles. I, of course, we had also an older brother and older sister, but there were 20-year gap difference, and of course, we didn't know them. They didn't live in the same state as us. One lived in Mexico. One has lived in Mexico. And one was living in, is still living in California. So we felt like we were on our own over here. We used to go to cousins, grandma's house, and she would always watch us every single day. Then we had a babysitter, and then it just felt like we were really on our own for a while. My mom gave us everything that we wanted. No matter what. I mean, we wanted a new phone, we got it. We wanted a Game Boy, we got it. We wanted an Xbox, we got it. We wanted toys, we got it. Like there was nothing my mom ever said no to. And I was I wasn't close to my brother and sister growing up, but I steered away from and pushed away from my family once I started working. I started making a little bit of money. I just did everything I could to make money. I would work here, I would work there, I would do this, I would do that, and it was just constant work, 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 work. And as soon as I got a chance, I bought a car. As soon as I bought a car, I looked for a place. As soon as I found a place, I was out. And I felt like I grew up too fast. I didn't enjoy my childhood. I felt like I was taking care of my brother and sister. And after I disconnected from them for a while, it made me feel so bad. Now that I came back and actually having a better relationship, talking to them, being there for them, it feels better. But I know that, I mean, you grow up and you know that you fight with your brother and sister and you guys hang out. I see my kids right now doing the exact same thing. But I have always told my daughter, because she's the oldest right now, and there's about a 4.5 year gap. I told her, you are not responsible for your brother. You will never be responsible for your brother. I will never put you in that position to take care of him, to change him, to do anything for him, because that is not your job. I never want to hear when you get older that you weren't able to have a childhood because you were watching over your brother. I don't want that. I had that, and I don't want that for her. But it puts in the perspective of you do what you have to at the time because there's no one else telling you what to do. So you just grow up learning on your own. And now that I've learned, I this is what I tell my kids. I don't want them to watch each other. I want them to enjoy being a kid. And lately they've been fighting a lot. Well, honestly, they don't fight a lot. They're just not with each other like there used to be. Because back in the day, when there was no school, for them during the summer, they're together every single day. But my son, he doesn't go to school yet. So, of course, when my daughter's in school, he's by himself all the time watching TV, playing with his toys, like eating snacks. He has the whole house to himself. So, whenever, they're together, they want to pick on each other. They want to be around each other. They want to push the limits with each other. And I've noticed this. It's not just one of them, it's both of them. They go back and forth. And I'm like, it makes me happy that they're building their relationship now instead of pushing each other away and not wanting to be around each other. Because that's how, I came back and my sister, I missed my sister so much. I missed my brother so much. But I felt like I had to live my life too, and it wasn't the best decision, but I know I did it because I needed to. I don't want my kids to go through that. I don't want my kids to go through that. Oh, I need to leave because I didn't get to experience having a childhood, any of that, and it gets to me. My wife and her family, she told me she never fought with her brothers and sister. They never fought. They were so close. And I was like, that's good. But you have to understand that not every family is going to be like that. Right now, I go pick on my kids. I push them around a little bit. We play fight all the time. We're constantly playing. I'm constantly picking on them, and they're constantly picking on me. It's just how we are right now. We have a good pattern. We got a good relationship. That's our kids. I don't know why, and my wife doesn't do it, of course, but can't get upset because of something like that because it's what builds that relationship. And yes, it gets to me sometimes, when they don't listen. But at the end of the day, they know who's taking care of them, and they even tell me, and they know that they can come to me for everything. They don't always do it, but they do sometimes, and my wife is that other half. She's the half where she's going to always be there, even on her deathbed. If they said, "Can you make me a sandwich?" she's gonna get up and do it. But that's just how she is, and I love her for that. She's just an amazing person in that way. Me, and they told me to make him a sandwich. I First thing I'd say, your legs are working and mine aren't. And I'm happy now that they do play fight because they know their own limits and they're going to be a brother and sister. They're not going to be like, she took care of me, he took care of me. So I wanted to talk about it a little bit more into that aspect and how I grew up like that and what I'm doing now. It only makes sense because these vlogs are meant to talk about what's going on in my head. Yes, I am supposed to be the example at the end of the day, but I have stuff that's going on in my head that I don't tell anyone. The highest percentage of depression comes from young men because they don't talk to anyone. And I don't have anyone that I talk to besides God and my wife. That's it. I don't tell my problems to anyone. No one needs to know what's going on. But I don't say that I'm special and I deserve all this. No, if you're out there and you need someone to talk to, my stuff is always open. I do not mind being there because when I needed someone, I didn't have anyone. I felt like I was the only one that was going through something. And I'm not saying that it's a horrible thing that my kids do this. I'm happy that they do it. because it lets me see the perspective that I didn't get to have. So it makes me feel good that they're having fun, they're enjoying being kids. I just got to the gym, so we're gonna get inside, work out for a little bit, and then we'll come. I'm gonna probably do one more video, one more vlog on this topic, and then we'll go for tomorrow. All right? See you in a little bit. You don't think I'm tired? I'm actually sweating. I'm sweating. I don't see you sweating. God, I feel all of it. It's gonna be the last video for today. Gosh, today feels like I don't know, it felt like the whole day, but right now I just feel so weak. I don't know what it is. But I mean, this is my fifth workout for legs. And when I do legs, I ain't holding down. I ain't holding on for nothing. They're gonna get worked out, and that's what's gonna happen. I don't care if I'm on the floor crawling. I always told myself I was gonna just push hard on legs. Plus, it's been 2 weeks since I've done them. Okay, this is gonna be my last clip. I wanted to finish off by just talking a little bit about how my day was, but overall, the day came out good, and was able to have a good day at work. Not too bad. Having my daughter home from spring break is nice because I can hear her. I just like that sound. Ever since she was a baby, I love hearing her voice. That's my baby. That's my little girl right there. She's tough. I would try to push her though, but that's just me. I know every parent's different. You guys have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. What is up, guys? It is Tuesday, and on Tuesday we do back. So I am heading to the gym right now. Let's get it closer. I'm heading to the gym right now, of course. Just told Isaac it is 8:25, so it's a good time. Today's topic, on TikTok, I saw this video about how you need to not change who you are, but be careful on the people that you hang around with. And I know that feeling all too well. Growing up, when I started skating, I think it was when I was like in middle school. Yeah, in middle school when I started skating, like really getting serious about skating. I would meet people, make friends, whatever. But not a lot of people skated. But I knew this one guy that I wanted to be friends with. His name was, I'm not gonna say his name. But eventually we became like really, really good friends. Like even to the point where we spend the night at each other's house. And this was like in middle and high school, right? He was like a year younger than me, something like that. And it got to the point where we were like going on trips together to go skate at like different parts of cities or whatever. I went with his family to Corpus one time, and after a certain point, I started noticing that it was more of a I need your help. Can you lend me this? Can you lend me that? Can you do this? Can you pick me up from here? Can you do? It was more of a asking me to like bail on everything else to go help him. And every single time, like 100% of the time, I would always tell him, "Yeah, I'll be right there." He had his own car, like eventually, but like he didn't work for a while until like he got a job like later in like middle high school, I think it was like 11th grade when he got his job. But it wasn't like how I was. Like I was working a lot, but I was skating a lot too, because that's all I did: work, skate, and school. And it got to the point where it was consistent on. I think the easiest way to say it is just using me for my resources. So there were times in the middle of the night he'd call me and ask me, "Hey man, can you pick me up from this place?" Or "Hey man, you want to go here?" And like we would hang out. It was constant like, "Hey, you want to go buy this? You want to go get that?" And like I had money, but I didn't have like a whole bunch of money. Plus, I was just getting with my wife around that time, so I was spending my money on her, and I didn't have enough money for me. So like I had to make sure I had gas, and like I was trying to be responsible. And for the longest time, I don't know what it was. It just felt like it was a really bad situation, a really bad friendship. Because whenever I didn't, I would get told stuff, like messed up stuff. And it made me feel really bad. Like, I hated that. But I didn't, I mean, he was the only friend that I had. Literally, like, we would skate every single day for like 6, 7, like 10 hours a day together, just me and him. And when I started filming him, of course, and, recording his stuff. But whenever he was like really really good, so whenever he would go skate he would film with like other people that wanted to be big. And of course I mean I wasn't that good, but I was never included. I had to find my own way to get there. I was never, "Hey, can you pick me up?" No, like I was always left behind. But when it was just me and him, it got to the point where I knew I was being used for money and for rights. And once I got married to my wife, I started working in construction. It wasn't easy to skate, and I eventually hurt myself really bad, so I stopped skating. But I moved different places because I got with my wife, and I had a house. I mean, not a house. I had a little trailer home, but I mean, I had my own place, so it wasn't like I could just get up and just go and hang out. It wasn't like that anymore. And after a while, like there was this one time that I saw him at the park, and like the first thing that he asked me was, "Hey, do you think you can give me a ride up the street?" And with some girl. And me, like a dummy, I said, "Yeah, sure, I don't mind. I'm going that way anyways." And I shouldn't have done that because I knew it was just like the past. Like I don't know what it was. It was just like a reflex. Like I'm gonna just say yes because I wanna impress him, and he's the cool guy. And it hurt me because he kind of stabbed me in the back with some situations that were going on. And I think he texted me one day asking like if I knew of any places that were hiring or something like that. And then I just told him off. I just told him like I don't want to be your friend anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. For the years that I've known you, you've always used me. I've always done this and done that. I haven't been a great friend either, but I was there every single time he needed someone. And it hurt knowing that no matter that, it wasn't about that. It was just about him just trying to hurt me on purpose. And I read this quote that says like, be careful about the people that you hang around with, because some people were just too nice. And I mean, I wasn't the nicest person. I was a real like messed up guy, but to the people that I liked, I was nice to, and I did my best to like try to impress people, and I overdid stuff, and I always helped them out. And it hurt my feelings. It really really hurt me that this person did this. And after all these years, I didn't know anything until like later on. And it is true, like if you're a nice person, people just sometimes take advantage of it. And it says always be careful with the people that you are around, but never change who you are. If you are a nice person, generally, be a nice person because that's just who you are by heart. Now, if you're messed up and you're mean, of course, try to work on yourself a little bit. Don't be mean all the time because there's no reason to be upset. You should want to be happy. being upset is a waste of breath. It's just not okay at the end of the day. But you never know. I mean, if that's what gets you by, that's what gets you by. But if you're truly like one of those people that drops everything for everyone, stay the way you are, but be careful with the people that you hang out with because you don't want people to take advantage of you because not everyone is going to drop everything they're doing so that they can help you like you would do for them. And that's okay because it shows you who the true friends are. It shows you who the ones that are actually going to be there. And me learning that later in life really opened up my eyes and hardened my heart a little bit. I don't have the friendships that I would want right now. I love my wife and she's my best friend, but I don't have a friendship of where I can talk to someone and say, "Hey, let's go hang out here, let's go do that." I would want that just because I want to be able to trust again, but that's for another day. We just got here to the gym, and I wanted to talk about that for a little bit because that was on my mind for today. We're gonna get in there, and then I'm gonna do one more clip, and then we'll call it for the night. So I'll see you guys in there. Gotta put some music on. Gosh. All right, it's gonna be the last clip for tonight. Yeah, I was thinking about it earlier when I was saying, and it's getting better, learning who to trust and not to trust. I mean, at a certain age, you don't even talk to the people that you used to talk to in high school. I mean, I don't say that's for everybody, but for me, that's what happened. So, regardless, something that you gotta pray about, something that you're gonna know is like, hey, you know, does God want these people in my life? And if not, He'll show you. But you gotta listen to the signs too. That's a big thing that helped me following God and learning from the Bible, like what to do in situations like that. Then one day, people will want to say, I noticed you did this and did that. You're good people. How did you grow up like that? And things like that. You guys have a good night. We'll call it for today. God bless you guys. All right, what is up, guys? I am going super late to the gym today, but I don't think it's a big deal. It's a spring break, and my daughter doesn't have to go to school. So, just got out of service. I got two new songs, La Única Ración and Eres, Eres the Rey? The Rey? Something like that. I'll figure it out on Saturday. But I'm gonna go print it out tomorrow. I have a really cool idea for one clip for church where I'm going to film everybody. Um, so like when you walk into the when you walk into the church, You're gonna see the pastor. He's gonna say, "Open your Bible to whatever," and you go sit down. You go to a chair, and it says your name on it. It says literally your name or reserved, and the I'm gonna put your seat, and then you sit down, and the pastor says, "Dos bendiga, everyone. Uh, we're gonna open our Bibles to this one." As you open it, you just zoom right into it. I think it's a really cool idea that I have. But I went in a separate car today because, of course, I have to go a little early to practice. So my wife went in her car, of course, too. So and she got there literally like 10 minutes before service started. So I have to show up early because I'm part of the worship team. So I got there and coming back, it's almost 10 o'clock. I got like 15 minutes, 20 minutes till 10 o'clock. I never go this late, but since it's arms and spring break, I decided, I'm still gonna go. Isaac was texting me, and I felt bad. He kept asking me, "Are you coming? Are you coming? Are you coming?" And I felt like I don't know, I don't know. And um, try not to show too much emotion, but at the end of the day, I mean, he's a good kid, so trying to be nice to him. So I just told him right now I was gonna head over there. It's arms. Arms does not take that long. Arms is for some reason arms is the fastest day. So I was gonna do that and do some abs. Um, Today I saw something that said I do not. So growing up, I didn't have a real big father figure. I didn't have a father figure. My mom got married 3 times. Last time, of course, is the with my stepdad right now, who I known since like I was 15, and I never had that opportunity to hear that you're doing good or I'm proud of you. And not for everybody, but as I'm not saying it as in like I'm gonna be a crybaby about it, but I mean as a man growing up and learning your own ways and learning things by yourself, you eventually want to hear I'm proud of you. And the first person I heard tell me that was my pastor. So it took over 20 something years for someone to tell me that. And then after a while, I got used to it. And then after a while, I started, doing my own thing, not worrying too much about opinions about anyone's, even not in a bad way, but about my pastor. But I stopped worrying in general. So I just did whatever and was doing good, practicing, learning good. And now I don't crave it, but it feels good to hear it because I know I've earned it. I know I've earned the I'm proud of you or I'm so happy for you or you're doing so great. Now I tell my kids that every single day. Everything that they do. Doesn't matter if it's small, doesn't matter if it's big. Doesn't matter if it doesn't make sense to me. I will tell them they deserve it and I want them to be able to experience the things that I didn't experience. But just like a man growing up, you want to hear it from people who you look up to. And regardless, it's helped me build my character not hearing it, but moving forward with my family, I want to make sure that my kids don't feel like they're left out. I love my kids. I know people tell you, they love their kids, whatever. I truly, something happened to them, I'll go crazy. I know I would. I say it's not a bad thing and it's not the Christian way, but I know I would. I know that I would go crazy. I see them every single day, and I didn't get to have that feeling when I was growing up. So of course I'm gonna constantly miss them, crave their noise. I'm gonna want to. One day I'm not gonna be able to pick up the toys anymore because there's not gonna be toys. It's gonna change from toys to sports, makeup. They're gonna be hanging out with friends, things like that. So I wanted to talk about that for a little bit because it hit home a little too hard sometimes, and that was the one for today. I'm gonna head into the gym because it's already getting late. So I will see you guys in there. We'll continue this in a little bit. That's why I feel weak.
Why? Because I want to focus on biceps. Is that what you feel weak?
Yeah.
I feel like my biceps are small.
I feel like I'm working on tries for too much. As we're getting super strong. You're getting super strong, super fuerte.
I feel like that too. That's why I'm trying to figure out how to stick to biceps.
I mean, you still gotta train tries, but just do less tries. Because we're usually do 4 and 4. Might as well do 3 and 4.
Because I feel like my tries are bigger than my biceps, and I don't like that.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
It is weird. What do you mean? Look, am I like?
Not me. I got bigger biceps.
Yeah, and I don't.
Coming up. Hold on, not yet.
What do you have?
9.
Come on, come on. I'm
Ah!
not gonna help you until you can.
Ah!
Come on, two more, two more, two more, two more, two more. You got it, you got it.
Ah!
Come on, come on. There you go. That's the last
Oh gosh. So it's gonna be my last clip for tonight. Working a little bit of buys, more buys actually than tries. But even though I got here late, I'm gonna still try to push it. Um, Gosh, I don't know how I should switch up the videos a little bit. I just want to make videos that going off of topics, make things a little bit more simpler because I get to stay on topic. Helps me focus a little bit more, but where my head is at, rather than switch over to 10 different things in one video. So I think I'm gonna try that, and we'll see how it goes. I'll still set it up as a vlog because really it is just what my day is and what's going on through my head. But I'm gonna try to switch up the editing a little bit and see how it goes from there. God bless you guys. You guys have a good night and see you tomorrow.